0-3, kryptonite, can't win the big games, 15 players on IR, can't throw. Come on now. Ain't no way the Ravens beat the Chiefs, right?
No way.
Well, boy, do I have something to tell you. The fucking Ravens they got the monkey off their back. Lots of curse words tonight. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Fuck the rest. Fuck Clete Blakeman, number one. That was some bullshit. But I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Whoa. Episode 72, the Ben Powers episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Sutton, how are you doing? Let's just get this out. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing as well as I possibly can be. Coming off that massive W that the Ravens picked up last night against the Chiefs. Finally, the Ravens took out the Kansas City Chiefs 36-35. As you guys know, this is going to be a very exciting episode because we've never experienced anything like this. You know what I mean? Like most of you guys who, I won't say most of you guys, but some of you guys who are Ravens fans have probably only been Ravens fans for about maybe 5 to 6, maybe 7 years or so. You never even seen the Ravens beat the Chiefs.
No.
But now we've experienced that together as a family. Big shout out to the entire ReignGang. We already have over 50 people watching live right now. Real shit. You guys are amazing. Big shout out to the entire ReignGang. I can see you guys in the chat as well. I'm just bringing you guys up. A couple of you guys, Falou, Rush, Devin Dukes, Blue Toe Jams in the building. Tyler Sugar is in the building as well. Darius The Official is in the building. DLC, Brandon Collins, Devin Dukes, One Session Spiritual Dub. Ryan, I see you guys are all in full effect tonight. Big shout out to the ReignGang. Like my guy Tyler says, Victory Monday vibes. The Joker is in the house as well. What's up, Joker? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you for coming to the stream. Jabbar Cruz Ellison here. Milo226. Yes, sir. You guys are all in here. Says a lot of y'all did pick the Chiefs. A lot of y'all did pick the Chiefs.
But wait. I did pick them, but if you remember, we had our final picks at the end of the last episode. We both said the Ravens. We both said.
Did we? You switched it?
I switched it. I said
I gotta go back and watch that.
Mine said Chiefs, heart said Ravens.
Oh yeah, you did
Always
say that.
Go
you
with,
did say that.
With your heart.
All right. You did say that. I like that. One Session 27 started us off right. He says, smash that like button. Victory Monday vibes for sure. Absolutely. You guys go ahead and like the video. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you're part of the hashtag replay gang, thank you so much for going back and watching this stream. We appreciate you so much. And make sure you leave a hashtag replay gang in the comments down below. Daquan Christian, what's up? Says, yo, ReignGang, Alex and Sutton. How you doing tonight, Daquan? Appreciate you for coming through. Spooky J, what's up? How you doing, man? We got our guy Mod Ramey in the building as well. Mod Ramey is in. Oh, I didn't know he had a birthday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday was his birthday. I didn't know that. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Fucking gift you got, I'll tell you that.
I know, right? What a birthday gift. Gerald's in the house. What up, PRP Ravens Nation?
Hold on.
Yeah. Y'all gotta talk.
Gerald's called a Ravens win for literally months. Months. I'm talking before all this shit. Months, and he stuck by it. Gerald, a big shout out to you. Huge shout out.
Big shout out to Gerald. He called it all along, man. Said week 2, the Ravens are taking down the Chiefs. He stamped it. Alex was not with it for the past couple months, but hey, man, we pulled it out. Let's see. Spooky J says, yo, Sutton, you finna get waves, bro. Nah, I'm not finna get waves. I can't do waves with my hair. It's too long. But we do have a super chat donation coming in from 11084 Rex. Thank you so much for our first super chat donation of the night. Thank you so much for making it rain here on episode 72 of the Purple Rain podcast. They say, during pregame, I was eating a fortune cookie. It said, believe and it can be done. I knew it was destined. Hashtag ReignGang with the purple heart and the
That's
black.
all you gotta do, believe.
Believe.
Do you want to make this lead us into the talk about the game real quick? Just use this.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Speaking of believing, I'm wearing this hat for a reason. 2019 AFC North Champions hat. Last night gave me super 2019 vibes in the second half. I don't know what it was. I felt like I was watching the team from that year. We faced so much adversity, but at a time I was like, we're not losing this game. You know, the fact that our offense, with all these players hurt, kept on with the best offense in the league. Stride for stride, punch for punch, kept up with them. And I'm going to say it now, Greg Roman was in his fucking bag last night.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah. And Villanueva, I said it on Twitter.
Woo,
That
let's
man
talk
keeps
about
fucking
it.
playing that way. I'm enlisted in the army.
USA.
I'm fucking enlisted
USA.
in the USA. I swear,
Let's
man.
go, baby.
I'm about to be
Oh
out there
my
with an
God.
M4A1 red dot. I'm ready for it.
Right on the front lines because of Alejandro Villanueva. He played really well last night.
Hey,
I was
he shut
impressed.
down. He shut down Chris Jones and Frank Clark, both of them,
Yeah.
and a big shout out to Pat McCarry on the right, bro. Like we
Yeah.
had a makeshift
Ooh,
line, Cleveland and
stepped up.
Powers, both playing left guard.
Yeah.
And Bozeman had only one bad snap, but I think Bozeman has been so just undervalued by Ravens fans. Like his snaps for switching back, bro, he's doing really good at center, and so is Zeitler. Like Zeitler has been a hell of a signing. I know nobody's talking about it.
No one's talking about it, right? No one's talking about it. He's done a really good job, Zeitler, that is, in multiple situations, pulling guard, getting those blocks and, hitting his spots. That's like, is very promising what I saw from the offensive line as a whole, not even just Zeitler, not just Villanueva. Seeing McCarry step up, that was huge. We saw a little bit of Ben Cleveland late in the game as well. That was nice. There was a lot of things to talk about. We'll get into more, but we do have a couple more Super Chat donations here coming from Yolanda. Thank you so much, Yolanda, for making it rain here on episode 72. We appreciate you each and every time. She says, can we please just take a moment to acknowledge Call God under Hollywood's eyes last night is because of the great Purple Rain podcast. You guys already know Call God. We actually got that from him, though.
Yeah.
We got that from him. So, he's been doing it since I remember his first touchdown against Miami. Remember a couple years ago, he did it. And I was like, oh, that was pretty cool that he did that. And, kind of stuck with me. And that's why we say here on the Purple Rain podcast. But thank you so much, Yolanda. We appreciate you for your super chat donation. We have another one coming in from our guy, Spooky J, making it rain as well. Thank you so much, man. Says it was skull crushingly loud in the bank. Did you go to the game or were you at the game, Spooky J?
I wish
I
was at the game. I mean, it sounds like he was. I mean, obviously, that's the thing. We never played them at home with full capacity, and that it makes a difference. It makes and also kind of going unnoticed is that we hold the tiebreaker now over them. So
we do.
Let's say, it comes to January, late December, we hold that tiebreaker, but I think they'll probably have more wins than us. But that's neither here nor there. It's just small stuff like that. But
it's the little things.
That crowd is going crazy. Man.
Absolutely. We do have another super chat donation coming in from the Joker 811. You guys are on fire tonight. Making it rain says, sorry, I got to do this. F all these fair weather fans and called game in the first quarter. We don't need y'all. Only real fans bleed purple. All caps. The Joker's feeling it. Thank you so much for the donation, man. We appreciate it. Spitting facts here. We don't need no fair weather fans here in Baltimore. No. We don't need that. You gotta be all in. You gotta be all in on the Ravens. And that's what we do here. Let's see. Devon Johnson says, hashtag ReignGang. Gerald says, I'm still on cloud 9. Yeah, man. Honestly, same. Another super chat donation coming in from Spooky J again. Thank you so much again, my man. Says 5-0 linemen, including Big Ben, had 83 plus grades on PFF.
I mean, I don't like PFF, but I mean, for what it's worth, I guess Villanueva was the top graded Raven. So once again, salute to you. Keep doing that shit. I'm enlisting.
Yeah.
Man,
definitely.
I think he has to stay at left tackle. I think we can't put him back at right.
What do we say? What do we say to Stanley though?
I don't know. Honestly, let him take however long he needs. That man is making too much money to not have him in the big games like playoffs like that. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I mean,
you're right though. He's making way too much money to risk him getting hurt in week 3, week 4. You know what I mean? Re-aggravating that ankle in some way that's even worse than before. So yeah, just keep him out as long as possible. And I think John Harbaugh alluded to that last night as well. Like we probably won't see Ronnie Stanley for a little while, especially with how well Villanueva played last night at left tackle. Right. And McCarry, like we said again, man, McCarry just stepping up, man, right? Stepping up and just filling that void and just actually playing well. Like Lamar actually had pretty decent protection last night. And we'll get into more of that stuff in a little bit as well. But thank you so much for the super chat donations that you guys have already put in here. We appreciate you guys. Now, I wanted to talk about some superlatives, Alex. And I know I texted you about this earlier. Basically, we're just going to go through and just talk about kind of like some of the players who, I don't know, maybe the player who had the most impact last night, the player who was the most improved from last week, the unsung hero of the night, things like that. So we can go ahead and start with, let's talk about just started off with the most impactful player last night. Who do you think was the most impactful player? I mean, we can exclude Lamar Jackson because, of course, we know his impact. But who do you think was the most impactful player on the field other than Lamar last night?
Well, real quick, ReignGang, feel free to play along. Play along with us. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Most impactful, he didn't really show up until the second half, but he had a hand in the 2 turnovers, and that is Odafe Jason Owe. Holy shit. I don't know why the hell I was doubting us drafting him. That man is a fucking freak of nature. We had him covering, just like blanketing Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah, I got to go with Owe. And then you can give yours real quick because we have to get something else. But,
gotcha. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go with Owe as well. But yeah, we do have a super chat donation, 2 of them actually. One coming from Michael. Says Owe, absolutely, man. Yes. I think Owe is definitely the pick here, and I'll talk about a little bit more about why I think that in a second. But we do have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Gerald
from the fucking top of the M&T Bank Stadium.
From the nosebleeds. Gerald. The nosebleeds. You ever watch those Dude Perfect videos where they like throw a basketball off the top of a stadium and like lands in the? Course. Yeah. This is what Gerald does. This is Gerald.
The stadium, threw it over the bleachers, all the way up. Somehow.
Wow.
Gerald. Oh.
Gerald, my man. We appreciate you to no end. We appreciate you. You are the true Purple Rain pioneer. Boz says from full court. Yeah, from the logo, not the logo, man. From the top of the bank says King. Yeah, that's right, man. We got to bring that back up. Big shout out to our guy Gerald. He says, I cannot wait for Bateman to come back. Ravens could be unstoppable offensively. That was another big thing. So I was watching that game last night with our receivers. I was like, we don't even have Rashad Bateman. We don't even have Bateman back yet.
You saw him behind Harb, just observing everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's ready.
Yeah, and to speak with like just our receivers too. He doesn't get the looks, and I tweeted about it last night. Devin Duvernay, he's becoming one of my favorites. The man just goes to work and does his damn job. He returns the ball well, kick and punts. I mean, and just his awareness, because if he doesn't get that fumble, we're not winning the game.
Right.
We aren't winning that whatsoever. So a big shout out to Devin Duvernay, and we have something else to get to now. Holy shit. What the fuck is going on?
What is going on right now? God. We have a couple more super chat donations coming in. We have one coming in from our guy Rocky Brown. Not really much to say. Just leaving a little donation. We appreciate you, Rocky Brown, so much for coming through, joining the stream, and making it rain here on the Purple Rain podcast. You guys are truly the best. We have another super chat donation coming in from the Joker 811. Making it rain. Just. You guys are going crazy, man. You guys are going crazy. Big shout out to the Joker 811. Says bleeding purple forever. P.S. Cleveland played well. Yeah, man. Ben Cleveland did play pretty well. He did get taken out on that last drive, but yeah, man. We can't thank you guys enough. We can't thank you enough, the Joker, for that super chat donation. I really don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to say to you guys. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. We love to see it. We love to see it. Make sure you guys like the video as well. Like the video. Leave a like. That's probably one of the best things you could do because it helps us out a ton for sure. So make sure you like the video. And also, if you're new here, don't feel shy. Hit that subscribe button. We will be back on Thursday and the Monday after that. And then Thursday, we're previewing and reviewing all the games from the season. So make sure you tune into the Purple Rain podcast each and every time, Mondays and Thursdays. Thank you so much again to Joker for your donation. It does not go unnoticed. We appreciate you so much. All of you guys. We have another super chat donation coming in from Jared Baker as well. Thank you, my man, for making it rain here on the Purple Rain podcast. Episode 72 says Madubuike was a huge force last night and does not get talked about enough, in my opinion.
He brought the energy. Yeah. He needs to start. I don't care who he needs to start. He is a force. That holding call, I don't know how you can hold somebody on defense when you're past 2 at the lineman. That really didn't make sense to me. And then when he stopped them, it was, I think, a 5-yard loss in the backfield. Yeah. Madubuike, please give him more.
Yeah, he's definitely turning into that player who can be just, like I said, he's joining the Monstars slowly but surely.
He's taking over for some of them.
Yeah, honestly. So, we'll continue to watch Justin Madubuike. Free Maddie. That's what we talked about last week. So we do have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Michael again. Thank you so much for making it rain. He says they flexing. I'm broke. Nah, man. No, you're making it rain. Everybody here making it rain. Yeah, we appreciate all of you guys, though. for the super chat donations and just for coming through, join the stream, just, being here with us tonight. We have 93 people watching live right now as we speak. So big shout out to all of you guys. We appreciate you guys coming through to episode 72 of the Purple Rain podcast. Now back to Odafe Owe for just 1 minute, right? So Odafe Owe, real quick. We have a couple more super chat donations to get to real fast. Jabari Cruz Ellis, thank you so much, my guy. Coming through, as always, supporting. He's donating again. We appreciate you, Jabari Cruz Ellis. You are the man. He says Hood Hards with the 4th down call. Big Al was great. TYREEK with the pick. Lamar was in Superman mode. Odafe Owe is going to be special. This win is one of the biggest wins in franchise history. It is, though. It's huge.
This is our biggest. I think this overtook the Seahawks game for me. This overtook the Patriots game with Lamar. Like Lamar era. This to me is number 2 behind the Titans game last year, the playoff game.
Yeah.
And because the amount of just shit we've been hearing as Ravens fans from literally everybody about this team. I mean, me included, I question the coaching, but I am so happy Harbaugh went for it on 4th and 1 because you give the ball back to Mahomes. Wink was selling. He was going in the prevent with 3 minutes left. Wink would have lost us that game. I'm just gonna be dead ass honest. So I love the fact that Harbaugh, finally fucking grew some nuts against Andy Reid, and he overtook. He went above because I know Wink was like, oh, we'll stop him. He said, nah, offense. He trusted Roman, and it just that wasn't the Ravens that we were used to. That was like the Ravens, like I said, from 2019. Just everything was working at a certain point. And Roman was just in his bag. He was just doing his thing. And I loved how we were bringing in, the jumbo packages, bringing in, I think Tristan Colon Castillo was coming in and just running it down their throats because they couldn't stop the run.
They couldn't stop it.
It's ass. They can't stop it.
Oh, my goodness. That was beautiful to see. Greg Roman, we didn't abandon the run. That's what I love to see.
Even when we were down.
Abandon the run. Right.
That's what I loved.
See, it's winning football. It's winning football. But thank you so much, Jabari, for your super chat donation. We have another one coming in from Rocky Brown again. Thank you so much, my man. He says, Anthony Averett appreciation comment. You can see the blood, sweat, and tears he put into his offseason grind. Dude has been spectacular. Yeah, shout out to Averett for locking up Tyreek Hill.
He deserves it. Give him that contract.
Yeah. Locked up Tyreek Hill in that last play. That was a huge play. Huge pass breakup.
Here's my bold prediction. He's going to be last year's Tyus Bowser. He's going to step up.
Okay. I like that.
He's going to step up.
I like that.
And it's like I really wasn't surprised because Avery just gets a lot of slack from the Ravens fans, but he's been really solid with us. So
yeah.
One call.
But yeah, Anthony Averett did a great job last night. Definitely liked what I saw from him. Another super chat donation coming in from my guy Gerald again. Thank you so much, Gerald. We appreciate you. Says if we win the Super Bowl, watch out Sudden Death and Simply AS10. I might break the bank. LOL. Oh my goodness. Oh, man. Gerald, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you so much. KLA Sports with another super chat donation. Thank you so much, KLA. KLA coming through. Mod KLA, that is. Says, Rain, motherfucking gang, big trust. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you. And hope you're doing good in school, too. Hope you're doing good in school. I know you're out there at Howard. Yeah. Hope you're doing well, man. Let's see. Another super chat donation coming in from Blue Toe Jam. Thank you so much, Blue Toe Jam. Yeah, our guy says, can't stop the dono train. Y'all going to be spending more time reading super chat donos and talking about the game, and I'm here for it. Hashtag ReignGang.
We got a Monday night game. Listen, we got a Monday night game. I got to study for a quiz tomorrow. I got something. Hey, fuck it. Let's talk Ravens. Who cares? Who cares?
Let's talk Ravens, right?
Nobody cares about the Packers, Lions. We don't care about that.
We only care about the Lions next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I'll be watching the game tonight because I want to see what the Lions do. But let's see. Hodog, another super chat donation. Again, thank you. Hodog, you are the man. Thank you so much, my man. We appreciate you. Says, here's to Lamar and the Ravens for busting the crypto nut.
$36 for
oh my goodness.
36 points. I see you, Hodog. I see what you're doing. Thank you.
I like that a lot. I like that. Let's see. So I got the Joker again. You guys, come on, guys.
What is all right. Going on right now?
The Joker with another super chat donation. My guy.
Yo, what the fuck?
I'm speechless, man. This has never happened on the Purple Rain podcast. You guys are going crazy tonight. The Joker says, I'm going for the gold. My heart is in control and my mind is on succeed. I am in the lead. Don't buy into the schemes of science or strategy. Comes in with another super chat donation again. Says victory consistently trained all year to be the enemy. Misery, no stress visibly. Neither does it enter me. Think positively. You can't harm me mentally, not physically, not spiritually. ReignGang, Purple Hearts.
He never lied.
He never lied. He never lied.
Think of that. All the stuff that he just said there, that was happening to the Ravens. All of it.
Yeah. You're right. But thank you so much, the Joker. Can't thank you enough. Honestly, I'm speechless too. Let's talk about the game a little bit more. Let's talk about the game a little bit more.
Please.
So I wanted to say about Odafe Owe, how he made such a huge impact on the game. Like, he basically made the game saving play, game winning play for the Ravens. Punching out that fumble. But then also he forced that interception on Mahomes. Yeah. He was able to track him down, pressure him, tackle him, and he tried to throw out of the sack, and it didn't work. Yeah. And Tavon Young ended up coming down with it. And so you can just see Odafe Owe just already making plays. Just his second game as a rookie, already making plays. And here's the kicker, Alex. Like, here's the thing. People say that we lost that trade for Orlando Brown with the Chiefs, but isn't it ironic? That the pick we got for Orlando Brown was the player who made the game-winning play against the Chiefs? Isn't that ironic?
The ball and recovered it.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
And
that is crazy.
I don't want to talk any bad about Orlando, but he had this look on his face as if we did him wrong. What? You requested the trade. Hey, listen, you could have been playing left tackle right now for the Ravens. Let's just be honest. If he's still here, Stanley isn't coming back until probably week 5, 6. So you're playing left tackle, and you could just keep on building your stock. Hey,
but he forced his way out of Baltimore. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? But yeah, let's see here. So we talked about the most impactful player we both think is Odafe Owe. Getting into the other superlatives, because we got super distracted just now, but thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. I would say the most improved player. I think this one is a given too for me. It's a given for me.
Let's hear it.
Obviously, I'm going to go with Alejandro Villanueva because salute. We got to salute. We'll keep talking about it because he made that switch from right tackle to left tackle. And we all know back in Pittsburgh, that was where he played, was on the left side of the line, left tackle. So you could definitely see it was a night and day difference of how comfortable he looked at that position and how he was basically, like you said, shutting down Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and their edge rushers for most of the game, the better part of the game, that is. No, there were a couple plays where he gave up some pressures, that sort of thing, but that that's going to happen. It was nowhere near as bad as last week. So for that reason, I'm saying Alejandro Villanueva was definitely the most improved player. Do you agree?
I mean, it's obviously, yeah. I mean, I was expecting him to get eaten alive last night. And there was like that one play, it went viral on Twitter, like how he just like smacked Frank Clark's hands down. I don't know if you saw that. Mm-hmm. So big shout out to Cole Jackson because he knows a lot more than me about offensive linemen. He kind of was saying like that's kind of what he's trained to do. It didn't look good, but it stopped Frank Clark from getting where he had to be. So people are bringing that up. I mean, besides that he was supposed to do that. Besides that, I don't think he allowed it pressure the whole night whatsoever against really, really good, Clark and Jones, who were having their way. I mean, Jones was with the Browns. I think he sacked Baker Mayfield in week 1. So, for me, it has to be Alejandro Villanueva for sure.
Got to be AV.
Did you actually see his quote about him playing tackle?
He said it feels like him jumping out of a plane, right?
Yeah, I saw a tweet. It's like one thing Alejandro Villanueva is going to do is tell you he was in the fucking army. I don't know. I don't know.
There's one thing about him.
Yeah, and that's not my running joke. I mean, I said it last night.
Yeah.
USA, he keeps on blocking out. Fucking probably won't take me, but on list. Fuck it.
Right. All right, we have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Jabari. Again, thank you so much, Jabari. We appreciate you each and every time. Says, I cannot be the Chiefs GM right now. The pick that I gave them, they used on that guy. That's one of the reasons that that the Chiefs lost the game. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy to think about. Life comes full circle, though.
They should never fire their old GM, John Dorsey. But that's for another episode. It
is what it is, right? Make sure you guys like the video. Also subscribe if you're new. And also, if you want to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those good sites, make sure you check us out on there too, because we are available on those sites as well. All right, so let's get into another superlative. I would say let's talk about the unsung hero
Oh,
Right. So somebody from last night, nobody's really talking about that much, but they had a really good performance and they played a big piece in us winning that game. So for me, I'm probably gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with Tyson Williams. I'm gonna
I
go with
love it.
Tyson Williams,
I love
man.
it. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, what we've seen from Tyson Williams so far, like, is we can't ask for more. Bringing in a guy basically undrafted off the street, basically, you know what I mean? And he's coming in and actually producing. You know, how many yards a carry did he average last night? I can't even remember, but I can look it up really quick. Yeah, I actually have it pulled up right here. Tyson Williams averaged 6 yards a carry. 6 yards a carry last night.
In week 1.
And that's off 13 carries. You know, so it's not like a skewed number. It's not like he only had like maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 carries. No, he had 13 carries, had over 10 carries, averaged 6 yards. You know what I mean? So, and those were like he was toting that rock, man. I always tell people the game of football is played from inside out. If you can set up your run game, it opens up the passing game, you know, inside out. And that's what he was setting up for us. Tyson Williams, he ran the ball really well. I would say all of our running backs. Devonta Freeman, he came in and he had 2 really good runs. You know,
2017 Devonta Freeman.
Yeah, yeah, and that was one of the keys to victory that we actually talked about on the last episode of the Purple Rain podcast. We have to keep these running backs like rotational, keep them in, you know, keep the fresh guys in.
They
Latavius looked good too.
We were. I don't want to compare him to Gus Edwards, but Latavius kind of felt like Gus because there would be contact at the line of scrimmage, but he would get through it. He wasn't getting stopped, you know, behind the line, which is huge, honestly, huge. Right. Oh, fucking hell. Gerald!
Yeah. Gerald, my guy, from the bleachers, again, just, wow, making it rain. You guys are really making it rain tonight.
Gerald and Joker right now, you know, you've been to the Orioles, and you've been to the Ravens Stadium. They're in Camden Yards right now. All right, and what they're doing, they're shooting it from Camden Yards to M&T Bank, and nothing but net. That's what they're doing.
Nothing but net. Nothing but net is water, man. And we appreciate it each and every time. As we always say here on the Purple Rain podcast, Gerald, we appreciate you. Says, we are not finished. Purple is raining tonight. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Go ahead. My unsung heroes, I'm not going to lie, I have a lot. Because I don't think anybody's talking about them. Number 1, Devin Duvernay. If he does not, you know, just recover that fumble and just doesn't have the awareness, like I said, game's over. We're down 7-0.
Yeah.
You just gave the ball up in your own red zone. What's that do? You know, if he doesn't get that, Greg Roman is switching how the whole game's going to go. We've seen that before.
Right.
Number 2, Mark Andrews.
Okay.
He found his hands. He found his hands, and he was blocking like Nick Boyle last night.
He was really good blocking, yes.
Number 3, Patrick Ricard. Once again, just doing his thing blocking. And number 4, Patrick McCarry. Those 4 dudes. I mean, no, we're not going to talk about them. It didn't show up in the stat sheet, but they were doing the dirty work. And that's what wins. Like we talk about the trenches. That's how we won it, in the trenches.
Yeah, that's what we did, man. That's how you got to win every game, you know. And I definitely thought we played really well. The offensive line stepped up. Also, let's talk about that secondary and not allowing the Chiefs to really get off like they wanted to. You know what I mean? Like Tyreek Hill was held to 3 catches for 14 yards. It doesn't get any better than that. Great scheming. Double. I mean, he could not. Yeah.
I know Wink gets a little slander, but he shut down a top 5, top 3 most explosive player in the league last night.
Yeah.
3 catches, 14 yards. And one of the catches was a design screen too. So he really had 2 catches in open play.
It was amazing. I mean, honestly, whenever you play the Chiefs, you kind of have to pick your poison, right? Like, which one are you going to give up? Travis Kelce getting big plays or Tyreek Hill? And definitely, I think we picked the right poison and letting Travis Kelce kind of get his. He had how many catches? I think 9 catches for like 107, I want to say, something like that. He had a pretty good game. And, of course, he had that touchdown. That
tackle. Yeah. We'll get
into that. We'll get into that. But, yeah, man, I think we definitely picked the right poison because if you have Tyreek Hill or Patrick Mahomes throwing bombs to Tyreek Hill and you can't stop that, you're definitely going to lose, period. You're going to lose. So I'd rather give up that stuff, you know, the underneath stuff, the stuff that can't really beat you all in one play. Because Travis Kelce, he's not really always going to beat you in one play, you know, like Tyreek Hill can. Yeah. Now, he did once last night, Travis Kelce did. And, you know, like you said, we'll talk about that in a little bit too. That was pitiful, but I guess that sort of thing happens, right? That sort of thing happens from time to time. Travis Kelce is a special talent, man. He's special. Like, I wish he truly is the best tight end in the world. Like, he's really, really good, man. And he might, and when it's all said and done, he'll probably be top 3 all time.
I gotta agree with you there, 100%.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
probably be top 3 all time because the things he does on the field, and the chemistry he has with his quarterback is second to none. It really is. So, yeah,
and I talked about it last week too. How Wink said, focus on 10 and 87.
yeah,
When they threw that bomb to, I think it was DeMarcus Robinson, bro. Like Robinson and McCole Hardman are threats, and that
they
really
are.
annoyed me because like we have Marlon on DeMarcus Robinson. It's like, what do you guys not give that no matter who, even Byron Pringle, bro? Byron Pringle had a long touchdown on us.
He
That
did.
stuff right there, that's it's concerning for me because we're gonna be coming up against teams, hopefully in the playoffs, Bills. Okay, well, if we're gonna shut down Stephon Diggs, you gotta worry about McKenzie, Gabriel Davis, and you gotta worry about Cole Beasley, COVID Cole. So I hope he can adjust more. But for
Yeah,
shutting out the big guys, he did a great job. Great
yeah,
job.
yeah. See what some of you guys are saying here in the chat. Let's see. Chris Reed chimes in, says, I have a question. Despite the injuries and everything, does this get us back in the conversation of a top 3 team in the AFC? And we're not 3.
Okay. I mean, I still got the Chiefs ahead of us. I'm just gonna be honest. I know we beat them, but if we saw them, again, I think they'd have our number. Now, in a couple of weeks when we're getting healthy again, we can come back and revisit that. But the AFC is super inconsistent right now.
Yeah.
The Bills beat the Dolphins after losing the Steelers. The Steelers lost to the Raiders after the Raiders beat us. Hell, the Raiders going to be a top 3 AFC team right now if we're talking going to be honest.
If we're being honest, yeah, I think you have to put them in the conversation. Just right now, I would say they're top 3. You got to put them at least 3, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I would say Chiefs 1. I put us at 2. I would put us at 2.
I like it.
And then Raiders at 3.
Yep.
Bills. I mean, they did blow out shut out the Dolphins yesterday.
Brissett.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not really putting too much stock in that. I would say that they're a 4.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah. I would say they're 4. So I would definitely say Chiefs 1, Ravens 2, Raiders 3 at the moment. Let's see. Yolanda chiming in here says, I must admit, after last week's loss, I was nervous about our team, but last night showed just how powerful determination is. Thank you so much, Yolanda, for your super chat donation. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much making it rain here on episode 72 of the Purple Rain podcast. She says, #Go Ravens. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely was nervous about our team last week, but last night really showed me something.
What show you?
Last night really showed me that as long as we have a healthy Lamar Jackson on our team, anything is possible. Anything is possible, man.
As long as he's playing, man.
Yeah,
we got a chance. And
you have a chance.
By that. The same way Chiefs fans, as long as 15's playing, you saw what he did in the Super Bowl. They got blown out, but he was making the plays. Lamar will make the plays. And what's up?
No, I mean, you talk about making plays. Like, I think Lamar Jackson is the best playmaker in the league, hands down.
Most
like he is literally something out of nothing. He's Mr. Make It Happen.
Jump pass touchdown when his first read, Mark Andrews slipped.
That was amazing. Who else is doing that?
You won't see that on the commercials next year, I bet.
That won't be there. I don't know.
I hope so. You better, because if I'm seeing incomplete passes thrown parallel to the ground, yes, it's amazing, but it was incomplete.
Yeah,
I better see that because I went for 6.
That jump pass was amazing, man. It was. It was also the route running by Hollywood Brown, realizing that coverage was pretty much blown. And the beautiful thing about Lamar Jackson is that more times than not, linebackers and even sometimes DBs, they get stuck keeping their eyes glued to Lamar Jackson because you kind of have to, right?
Stack the box.
Exactly. You got to stack the box. You got to see, okay, what is Lamar Jackson going to do with the football? Is he going to take off and run and break our back for another first down? Or is he going to check it down or dump it off to one of his guys underneath? Is it going to be a screenplay? What is it going to be? You have to have all eyes on Lamar Jackson. And when you do that, when teams get all sucked in and focused on Lamar, that leaves so much opportunity for Hollywood to leak out. And we've seen it happen time and time again. Same thing happened against the Browns. Remember last time we played the Browns, when everybody kind of diverged in on Lamar because they thought he was about to take off and run. And yeah, Lamar just hits Hollywood right over the top. Hollywood knows, I love their chemistry there too. I love their chemistry. They just know. It's like backyard football.
He is literally I don't want to say I told you so, but we kind of told you so. I called him maybe in a breakout. He's getting 1,000 yards this year if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
He's 10th in the league right now in passing yards, and that usually only happens to teams that had to pass a lot. Bills, it's just in their scheme, and Chiefs, but no, In a
Right.
run-first offense, Marquise Brown right now is 10th. I know it's 2 games, but hasn't dropped a pass. And for everybody bitching about getting Sammy Watkins is literally the perfect complement to Marquise Brown. Because when he is in
Absolutely.
one-on-one coverage, bro, he's catching and getting yak. He avoids hits, and he's getting yak this year, which nobody's talking about. That's why he's just lethal right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Hollywood, right?
Oh yeah, Hollywood. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So like Hollywood, I remember a couple years ago, my biggest knock on Hollywood is that, he shied away from contact. It really didn't seem like he was trying to get the yak like that. But this year, I mean, it's a night and day difference. You can tell his growth. He's gotten more confidence. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. He still has that speed, man. And he's got more of that dog in him now. You can tell.
Yeah.
You can just tell. And you
There
love to
was a
see it.
slant play, I think yesterday it was a slant where Hollywood last year, 2 years ago, when he just fell down, he kept going. He still barely got hit, but that's what we were asking to see. He got, I think, 10 more yards. So
Right. Yeah.
And then also Sammy Watkins too. What he brought last night, making those clutch catches, and even to get us closer for the field goal at halftime. I mean, it made it a lot easier for Tucker. Tucker was probably going to make it either way, but getting closer 7 yards can't hurt whatsoever. That's just smart veteran ball. You can't teach that.
You can't teach it at all, man. And I don't know. This offense to me is really looking like, of course, Lamar Jackson is going to will us to a win every time as much as he can. But it looks like the pieces around us, it all starts with the offensive line. Like I say, football is played inside out. It starts with your offensive line, the guys on the inside. If those guys can stay consistent, if Villanueva can stay consistent at left tackle, we get some stability at right tackle. Left guard, we're kind of back and forth between Ben Powers and Ben Cleveland right now. And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Right. That's cool. We can figure that out. We continue to work with that. But as long as that offensive line can stay steady, everything else will follow, man. And we're getting Rashad Bateman back in a couple weeks as well. So that passing game will be able to be Nick Boyle. Oh my goodness.
Oliver had a big catch too. Boyle. Thomason was blocking his ass off too.
It's small. You just reminded me of Nick Boyle. Yeah.
No, Oliver had that big catch and took us to the 1 or 2 yard line.
I remember. Yeah.
And we got him for what?
Yeah.
6th, 7th round pick because they wouldn't sign Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's making plays on prime time against the best team in the league. Thank you.
Right. Hey man, everything about last night was it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Everything. I think my favorite play. What was your favorite play from last night? Like overall.
It's the 4th and 1 because I'm gonna be honest. I shed a tear. I'm just gonna be at it was emotional, bro. This is a team we couldn't beat. I shed a tear when we beat the Titans last year. It's these narratives, bro. I'm sick. I couldn't imagine being Lamar Jackson doing what you've done and you still get so much hate for no reason. So I'm gonna go with the 4th and 1 because that right there was hell yeah, coach. Let's go for it.
It was all over again, right? And I love that connection between Harbaugh and Lamar. I know people say, oh, Harbaugh could be on the hot seat, this and that. But like that relationship that he has with Lamar Jackson is like second to none, man. Like the trust that he has in that kid, the trust that he has. He's like, oh, I don't know, I might want to go for it. I might not want to go for it. The coach is indecisive. So he puts it on his 24-year-old quarterback.
Yep.
He says, hey, look, man, do you think we should go for this here? You're the one actually playing. You think we should go for it?
Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Big shout out to you guys. Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, make sure you guys like the video as well. If you guys are just getting in here, go ahead and like that video. But yeah, the relationship that those two have is really crazy, man. And I love it. Each and every time they get a win, you can see Harbaugh go over to give Lamar Jackson a big hug, and it's just awesome. It's just
even
awesome.
Marlon too. Marlon was the first one with Harbs.
Now, Alex, what do you think that this win really does for the Ravens going forward? Because we weren't supposed to win last night.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a band. We weren't supposed to win, but we did. So I think that now I'm going to ask you this question, but I'm just going to let you know what I think first. I think that now, like with us beating the Chiefs week 2, of course we lost week 1, but this is a huge confidence boost for our team moving forward. And I think that we can win realistically our next 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I don't know. I mean, we play who next?
But yes.
They're tough games, but we've showed that we can beat the best.
Yep.
We've showed we can beat the best. So I think that our guys having that in their head and just knowing that, I think that it makes us a tough out for anybody else in the league. Yeah. No one else is going to want to play us right now.
Here's my biggest worry. I'm going to relate to some personal stuff. So when I used to play football, like I was a kid. But I remember my dad saying, like, well, what Alex are we going to see this week? And because I'll play really good or really bad. What Greg Roman are we going to see this week? You know, because that Greg Roman we saw yesterday, that is like what we've been waiting for. Like, yes, I mean, I made a joke saying he calls his plays for Madden because, you know, some were shaky, but he got into his bag and he was calling the right plays. You know, I don't see any Ravens fans get mad at the fact we were running when we were down 2 possessions because it was working.
It was, yeah.
I think Ravens fans, you know, if we would have ran 3 straight times, then that's where the problem comes. But he was doing a great job of mixing it up with the RPOs, Lamar, the options. And he, you know, Tyson Williams, you know, he was sticking with the hot hand, it felt like, too. Devonta Freeman had that was big. When you stick with the hot hand, look what happens, Greg Roman. When you get your head out your ass, look what happens. I love to see it. But it's just going to get these coaches now because the players can do it. It just depends what coaches we're going to see. Because if the coaches showed up like that last night, we can beat anybody in the league. We just showed it.
Anyone. We can beat anybody. But yeah, man. Like I said, overall, just a great game for the Ravens. Time of possession was one big thing that we dominated, you know, and that was one of the keys to victory that we talked about on last week's episode. I think we had 11 more minutes of possession than them, which is huge.
We talked about that. You keep them off the field, they're not going to score points.
And it's crazy that we kept them off the field for that long, and they still put up 35 on us. That just goes to show how explosive the Chiefs are because they have these little plays where it feels like cheap touchdowns. It's like a drive where it's like just only a couple plays. Mahomes, he's under pressure. It's effortless. He just kind of slings it downfield, and somebody just happens to be wide open for a touchdown. So you have those plays. You have the plays where, like with Travis Kelce, you know what I mean, where he catches it, and then he just kind of rumbles into the end zone, and there's plays like that. They have those cheap touchdown explosive plays, and that's how they're able to kind of like win most of their games. But the fact that we gave those up, of course, because we had to. We knew those were coming. We know Pat Mahomes was going to make plays. But the fact that we kept them under wraps for the most part, they were terrible on third down.
Yeah.
They were terrible on third down.
And for me, it's like whenever I see the Chiefs, I'm like, oh, they're going to score when they have the ball. Well, they were punting the ball. They were punting it. That's rare. That is
right. Right. On third down, they were 1 for 6. That's 16% conversion rate, man. That's our defense. If our defense can continue to play like that, big shout out to Justin Houston as well. I think it's also second to none. Just the leadership and the production that he's brought to this edge rushing group. Man, we can't thank him enough, man.
Him and Sammy, both of them.
Yeah,
they had something to play for.
You know what I love the most about Justin Houston, like what he did last night? It wasn't even necessarily about like a play he made. It was after Owe forced that fumble at the end. And Justin Houston, like Owe, you could tell he was like super hyped, super excited. And all you see is Justin Houston come over to him. He's like, yo, we got to take pictures. We got to take the flicks. And he like, leads him over there. And he's just like, watching. He looked like a proud dad just watching Odafe Owe just like get his after that big fumble. And like,
crazy? Daylon Hayes hasn't touched the field.
He has not touched the field. I was reading that earlier today. I was like, Daylon Hayes, we haven't even got to see what he can do yet. So needless to say, we're very excited for this Ravens team right now, especially considering the fact that we have guys like Daylon Hayes, Rashad Bateman, Nick Boyle, and some more guys coming back too soon. But we do have another Super Chat donation coming in from another Purple Rain Pioneer, Cam Neal. Cam Neal, our guy, making it rain here on episode 72 of PRP, man. We appreciate you so much. Cam Neal is normally part of the hashtag replay gang, but he's catching it live tonight. He's catching it live. So love to see it. Big shout out to you, Cam. Thank you so much. He says, we have to make sure we don't fall for any trap games this week. And Greg Roman last night is the Greg Roman we need for the entire season. Today was such a great day to be a Ravens fan and being a born and raised Kansan.
I know my boy was happy as hell today. Good for you. Good for you. I got to agree with you. I mean, what we saw from Roman last night, bro, he looked like Eric Bieniemy out there, what he was calling up, because they had no answer for it. The RPO, their linebackers were stuck flat-footed, and Lamar was just making the right play.
Oh, yeah.
Slants. And then he was reading – see, they're not going to talk about this either. He read the hell out of that defense in some of those plays.
He did.
Reading it, the option, where to go. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
All of it, man. Truly just a masterful game from Lamar Jackson, minus the picks, but after those picks, he really locked in. It's like that meme, or like when you're playing a video game and like you're losing and then like you got to stand up, you got to sit up, that's what it felt like Lamar Jackson did. Cause after that pick, I think he had like an 80% completion rate percentage, and he had 3 total touchdowns. So Hey, man, yeah, he definitely balled out for sure. But thank you so much, Cam Neal. We appreciate you for your super chat donation. We got our guys from Lunch Break Hot Take in the building. Big shout out to them. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Says, I love how Matabike played. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Justin Matabike. We definitely think he needs more playing time for sure. For sure.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much for joining the stream. But yeah, we're already about 45 minutes in now. Monday Night Football is going to be coming on here very soon. So let's see what else we have here. See what else we have here from you guys. You guys a bit. Falou says, hey guys, has Bateman come back this week? No, he'll be back against the Broncos week 4, Falou.
Hopefully.
But thank you for joining the stream. Yeah. 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 What were you about to say though, Alex?
Oh, nothing. I was waiting for more. Talk more about the game.
Yeah. Let's see. I wanted to see what the ReignGang was saying here in the chat. If you guys are watching this right now, you're not watching the live, make sure you leave your comments down below because we definitely want to chop it up with you guys as well. We're part of the hashtag replay gang. Our guy One Session 27 says, I love this team. Absolutely incredible how close this team is and how hard they fight and build one another. Yeah, man, you can really see it. You can really see it, man.
We're like fully healthy.
Oh, can you imagine if we had J.K. Dobbins and Marcus Peters and Gus Edwards? Oh, it would. Yeah. I don't know, man.
LJ Fort, because I think Fort would have done a better job handling Travis Kelce. Let me give a big shout out to Patrick Queen because Chris Collinsworth was hyping him up big time. Yes, he missed that tackle at the 1 yard line, but it's like it wasn't really a one-on-one. He tried to wrap his arm around him. That's very hard to tackle him, but he was doing everything he could. I mean, I don't know what else you can expect from a second-year guy who's finally playing, with fans with an actual offseason. He's looking good. I love what I'm seeing from Patrick Queen, and Ravens fans were hard on him. This is what we got, and I love to see Queen doing his thing.
Queen was definitely doing his thing. I'm pretty sure he led the league not the league, but he led the team in tackles last night, which you love to see that. He also did play every snap, every down. So big shout out to our guy Patrick Queen, a personal friend of the show, of course. But yeah, man, what we've seen from Patrick so far is very, very promising. He's flying around the field. Chaos, you can tell his instincts are better. And we'll continue to monitor what he does. Now, I saw somebody bring up in the chat what Tyreek Hill tweeted earlier today. And I kind of just wanted to show you guys. I want to show you guys here. I'm bringing it up on screen so we can all look at it together. But yeah, basically, our guy not Anthony Avery, but Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun Elliott posted earlier on Twitter today that Anthony Avery was called. What do you call him? Clampington?
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty funny name.
Wait, bro, oh my bro. Oh man.
I know, right?
Anthony Avery
on Tyreek Hill. And then you can see Deshaun Elliott, what he says here. Clampington at Anthony Avery. And that was definitely a great play that he made on Tyreek Hill because I believe that was what, third and 9 or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 5? Yeah.
It was, I think, 3rd and 9. Yeah. Great play.
Yeah. Great play by Anthony Avery there. You see what Deshaun Elliott tweeted, Clampington at Anthony Avery Jr. You see what Tyreek Hill said in response to that. Tyreek Hill says, okay, we'll keep that same energy when we match up again.
This was no shot at Tyreek Hill. I don't get why he took it so personally. He's trying to be like Michael Jordan, and I took that personally. He didn't say that like he just said you were clamped up. Every receiver, I don't care how good you are, has been clamped up at least one play in their life. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, like Calvin Johnson. I don't get the point.
Okay, right?
Yeah, I don't really get this. This isn't a good look.
Yeah, but I mean, this does kind of raise some concerns for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like he's gonna have that chip on his shoulder. So the next time he plays this, he's definitely gonna be trying to. Well, we'll see though.
I mean, we'll play the NFC Championship, and Anthony Avery will get the game-sealing pick. I don't.
You called that.
He had a big game. That's 3rd down.
Yeah,
I think that led us to. That was the drive before Lamar scored to give us the lead.
Right. Let's see. We do have another super chat donation here coming from our guy Jabari Cruz Ellis. Thank you so much, man. Says Lamar came back from double digits twice. Can't win from behind. Is officially destroyed. Yeah, man. Lamar Jackson. He takes down these narratives one at a time, but they always are going to keep moving the goalposts on Lamar. So I think I was watching First Take this morning, and Michael Irvin was talking to Stephen A. Smith, and he was saying that like he still is not, sold on the Ravens because we're not as explosive as a team like the Chiefs. We can't do it through the air quite like they do, yada yada yada. But like I've said many a times, like I've said at least 3 or 4 times on this episode alone, football is a game that's played from the inside out. You know what I mean? So it starts with the running game. And the fact that we're as explosive as we are with the running game, and then we can open it up with the pass too with Sammy Watkins, Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman when he comes back, and those sort of guys, Mark Andrews, like those narratives are stupid to me, but they will always be there. They'll always be there. But yeah, thank you so much, Jabari, for your super chat donation.
And I put a tweet out saying, 15 players in the IR, 0-3 against the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson can't win the big game. Like, shut up. He was saying, it's week 2. It's not a big game. This and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a big game.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Bro, like, there's a reason why this was primetime week 2. The Ravens home opened. This was a big game no matter how you slice it. And if you don't think it's a big game, I believe it was 6. I need to check the stats on how many people watched it, but it was like one of the most watched Sunday night games in a while.
Yeah, had really good ratings for sure. The April 123 says the next narrative is Lamar can't beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's go and break that.
Right, we might see them in the playoffs in January. So yeah, we'll continue to monitor that. Hopefully, we do run back into the Chiefs. That would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see them in the playoffs and beat them again. Again, it feels good to say that. Beat them again because we beat them already last night. Go Ravens, man. Go Ravens, right? Like, we really did that. We really did that. Like, wow. All right. Anyway, yeah, let's see. I think we can go ahead. We've talked a good amount about the game here. I know you guys still have like your questions and everything like that and, comments. And we'll get to that actually in our questions segment. Now, Alex, before we get to that, because I know we're running into Monday Night Football just a little bit here. Yeah. But before we get to that, did you see anything? I know you watched football all day yesterday. Week 2 reactions to any other teams. Like, what did you see yesterday? What stood out to you?
The Seahawks absolutely capitulated. That's my new word, capitulated. That was very hard to watch. A little questionable Mike Tomlin. Deontay Johnson got hurt on that final play. I don't know why you just don't take the knee. You were down by 9 points. You're not coming back even if you somehow score. I'll tell you what, Jimmy G and them Raiders, Kyle Shanahan keeps drawing the plays. I don't know when Trey Lance will come in. Maybe he needs him to get hurt. And even Jalen Hurts too. Hurts, Kyler, they look good. But the Vikings need a new damn kicker. Because I don't know how he missed that. It was a 37-yard field goal to win the game. He missed it.
Yeah.
The Cardinals' defense is a little suspect. Definitely.
Lot of stuff
yesterday. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. Definitely suspect. And I guess Derrick Henry hasn't been figured out yet. No. Yeah, because he definitely ran all over the Seahawks, especially in that second half, man. It's really sad watching defenses crumble to Derrick Henry because you can tell there's nothing that they can do. They don't even want to tackle the guy, once he gets going like that. So, but what else? Kyler Murray did look really, really good. I'm not going to lie. He looked really good, as he always does. I mean, he's a really good fantasy quarterback. I saw what he did in fantasy yesterday. I saw what he did week 1. Speaking of fantasy football, though, in the ReignGang Fantasy League, you and I are playing each other, my friend. And I believe it's only a 7-point game right now. And I have Robert Tonyan playing right now, actually. If he can score a touchdown, I win. If he doesn't, you probably win. So we'll see. Yeah, it's a nail biter. It's a nail biter. I'll be watching the game as soon as we get off of this episode of the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 72. I will be tuning in, hopefully watching Robert Tonyan score a touchdown so I can beat this guy this week in fantasy in our league. And we'll give you guys the whole review on Thursday of what happened as well, of course, like we did last week.
And so, actually, speaking of football, the shirt I'm wearing was the Towson home opener on Saturday against, North Dakota State, where Trey Lance went, where Carson Wentz went. Yeah. And they smacked us 35-7. They absolutely, it wasn't good. But
how'd their quarterback look?
I mean, he looked good, but the defense looked like it was Bishop Sycamore. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's bad.
Yeah, man. I definitely got to make a trip up to Towson so we can go to a game. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we will be. We will be doing that soon. But yeah, Andre Mir says I got to learn how to play fantasy. Yeah, maybe you can be a part of the league next year. Yeah, make sure you stick around. We'll add you in next year. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into our question segment of the night because we are running into Monday Night Football just a little bit here. So go ahead and drop your questions down below in the chat so we can get to those. Whether it be about questions about the game last night, questions about any other game yesterday, other teams, other sports talk. It doesn't even have to be about sports if you don't want it to be. This is the official ReignGang Q&A. So make sure you go ahead and put your questions down in the chat now. And while we get to that, let's see. Go Ravens, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Go Ravens.
Absolutely. SG says Vegas is legit. The Raiders are legit.
Yeah.
The Raiders are legit. We have to respect them. They beat the Steelers. How do we feel about the Steelers? I don't know. Right.
I don't
know how to feel yet.
They beat the Bills, which is huge.
Yeah.
I'm confused, man.
Me too. We still gotta continue to watch them. I think I saw Lunch Break Hot Take earlier drop a comment in there saying we gotta wait at least like 4 or 5 weeks to properly assess these teams, which I agree with. So, but let's see here. SG coming in with our first question says, "Is Justin Herbert overrated?" No, I don't think he's overrated. I mean, yesterday I watched some of the game yesterday. I saw him make some really good throws. Of course, he made some mistakes as well. But he's got to get more time, man. You got to give him more time. Like, this is only his second year in the league. This is his first season actually starting, since the beginning of the season. But you got to give him more time. He's still a kid. But I really do like what I've seen from him recently. Once that offense really gets time to build chemistry, and him and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler, they really, really get going, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I think they could definitely snag that 6th or 7th seed in the AFC. So watch for the Chargers to heat up. But I don't think Herbert's overrated.
Mike
Williams. I love Mike Williams. I'm a huge Mike Williams fan. I love his game. I love his build, like how he high points the ball. He's great. I love him as a player, man. He's great for Justin Herbert too. He's actually a really good compliment to a guy like Keenan Allen. Yeah, because Mike Williams is kind of like the jump ball. He's just going to go up and go get it kind of guy. Keenan Allen is the route running technician. It's a shame that they lost Hunter Henry because he would have been another good addition as well. Yeah, lethal. But and then Austin Eckler is Austin Eckler. He's a Swiss Army knife of a running back.
Too.
So yeah, but don't think that Justin Herbert's overrated though. So we have another question coming in from Kyle Reeves. Says, "Is Oweh for real?" Oh, absolutely.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get too high up there. It's been 2 weeks, but so far so good.
But he's making plays, and you can see I think the Ravens really drafted Oweh because he is a specimen. What is he like? 6'3", 6'4". Runs a sub 4.4 or something like that. And then you look at his build.
He's 6, I think he ran. Pretty sure.
Yeah. And you look at his build, like he's long. He's long, like his arms are very long. If his arms weren't as long as they were, he wouldn't have been able to reach and punch out that ball last night on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Think about that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how.
I don't know. He was getting blocked.
Crazy is that Queen was trying to rip out from Edwards-Helaire throughout the game, and the fact he just came around and got him, that shows you just how good Oweh looked.
How good he is, man. Absolutely. So Oweh is definitely for real, Kyle, for sure. 1 Session 27 says, "Has Josh Allen regressed?"
I'm not gonna say yes because it's too early. They just won 35-0. It's way too early to talk about all that.
Too early to tell, for sure. Let's see. Oweh is defensive rookie of the year. Could be. Blue Toe Jam says, "Are you guys playing PPR, points per reception, in our fantasy league?" Yes, we are.
Only way to do it.
Ooh, SG says Robert Tyne just had a 17-yard catch.
Well,
Alex, I'm on your heels.
7 points right there.
Yeah, I'm on your heels, man. I'm on your heels. Let's see. The Hassan says, "Who are more dangerous to the Ravens, the Browns or the Steelers?" I'm going to go the Browns.
I'm going to go the team that swept us last year with the Steelers.
That's a good take. I like that.
I mean, my thing with the Browns, man, like Jarvis is hurt. Odell's still not healthy.
And Baker's still completing 80% of his passes.
That's crazy. That's great. They were letting the Texans in it for a while. If Tyrod doesn't get hurt, that's coming down to the final possession. I'm just going to be honest with you. Tyrod was looking good yesterday. But I'm going to go.
It's close for sure.
It is close. It is close.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the better coach. The better coach, Tomlin. I'm going with the Patriots. But the Browns right
I
behind.
got you. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that. I like that. I just say the Browns because they do have the weapons, on offense and defense. Of course, defensively, the Steelers have TJ Watt. He did get hurt yesterday. Prayers for a speedy recovery for him for sure. But I think that just the overall, like their secondary and the Browns has actually gotten a lot better.
It has Troy Hill, John Johnson III, Denzel,
right.
Brady, yeah.
Their pass rush they upgraded. Randall, right? Exactly. Their pass rush has been upgraded. Baker continues to get better. Baker came on really strong at the end of last season. I think he's carried that into this season really well. He's also showed you that he doesn't need Odell Beckham. He doesn't necessarily need Jarvis Landry to make it happen. He still does though. So I think that the Browns are definitely something to watch out for. But let's see.
Nick Chubb. That is the most important part.
Chubb, yeah. He makes that offense go. Right.
Yep.
So let's see what else we have here. The April 123 says, has Josh Allen been figured out? Like we said, man, too early to tell. Let's see. SG says, do either of you guys have Cooper Kupp, Derrick Henry, or Bucks defense in fantasy? Because I had to play all three in both of my leagues. I have Cooper Kupp in one of my leagues, yeah. I do have Derrick Henry in the ReignGang fantasy league for sure.
And in one of my leagues, I do have Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, he's a great fantasy player. Love it. Him and Matt Stafford are just like they're like that. They're like that.
I could actually talk about the Colts real quick because I don't know how to feel about them. I don't know how I feel because Carson Wentz was in the red zone twice. They came out with 0 points, a big goose egg, and 2 red zone drives.
Can't have that.
I'm confused with the Colts.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a super chat donation coming in from Death to Beta. Thank you so much for making it rain here on episode 72. Yeah, right. New faces here. We appreciate you. Let's see. I'm still waiting on them to figure out Lamar Jackson, man. You can't figure out athleticism. You can't figure out pure talent. This just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. They game planned all week for Lamar Jackson. They still couldn't stop him from carrying it for over 100 yards. They couldn't do it. Couldn't stop him. You can't figure it out. You can't.
100 plus passing yards, 100 plus rushing yards.
Yeah. You remember that one Lamar play where he takes it right up the middle, makes 4 guys miss to pick up the first down? You remember that play?
Different.
Yeah, like I think
different.
Built different. Like no other not Kyler Murray, not Patrick Mahomes, not Russell Wilson. What are the other dual threat quarterbacks? Deshaun. No, none of them are doing that.
No.
None of them. So, yeah, I don't think you can figure out that raw talent like that. But I will take a couple more questions here from you guys. Jabari Cruz Ellis says, isn't Baker hurt? Is Baker Mayfield hurt?
He was. No, he's fine. He came back in the game. He was fine.
Okay. Let's see. Blue Toe Jam says, do you guys know if guys on IR can practice? Not familiar with the rule.
I'm not sure.
Actually, not sure either if they're eligible to practice. I would assume no. Because that would kind of defeat the.
Clear, I think
really?
Okay. I don't know if Ronnie Sanders on PUP or Nick Boyle. I actually don't know. Take it back up.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to you on that, Blue Toe Jam, for sure. Let's see. Take a couple more questions here. Andre Mir says, where's the guy that said we should have drafted Justin Fields and let Lamar graduate? Bucky Brooks. Yeah.
Bucky Brooks, you idiot.
Yeah. All eating crow right now. All of them eating crow. For sure. Yeah. So I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there for tonight. It's been a great episode of the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 72. We appreciate all of you guys for coming through. Let's see. We'll take one more question. One last question from our guy Chris Reed here. Says, got a question. Do you see a Super Bowl in our future in the next 3 years? Even multiple AFC Championship appearances in the next 3 years? I can see that.
Yes. 100%.
Yes.
I think Sammy Watkins deserves to be re-signed. 500%. Already. Obviously, he's healthy. Hollywood, Watkins, Bateman, Duve, Tylan Wallace, maybe Prochet. Like McDonald's, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And let's see. Just wrapping it up here. Who do you got winning MVP this year? Hey, for my money, I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, man. The fact that he's doing this without, with all those preseason injuries that he had, basically threw off, the whole game plan for the running game this season. He's still, back-to-back games, 100 yards rushing.
And just putting the team on his back. You know, if he can continue to do that, I definitely got him winning MVP. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and leave it there. We appreciate you guys for coming through to episode 72 of the Purple Rain podcast. Just a couple of housekeeping things before we go. Make sure you like the video if you have not already. And if you are new here and you enjoyed the content tonight, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. If you're part of the hashtag replay gang, we love you so much. Hello. Make sure you leave that comment down below letting us know that you are part of the replay game because we love to see that too. Last thing, if you do want to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all those cool things, you can do that as well. Just search the Purple Rain Podcast and look for that little cloud up there. You'll see us. You'll be able to find us. Last thing, I promise this time. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at SuttonDef if you want to follow me. I talk Ravens on there. I talk actually a lot of different stuff. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter or Instagram at SuttonDef. And this guy over here, you can follow him on Twitter at SimplyAs10Prod. Also, add videos by Simply on Twitter as well. And then also on Instagram at simplyas10.prod as well. So, and then, but most importantly, make sure you follow or subscribe to Simply AS10 on YouTube for all of the latest and greatest highlight videos coming from the NFL. We appreciate him so much for the work he does because he's always on point, man. As soon as he dropped that Odafe Owe video today, I was on it. I was on it watching that thing, man, because
I had 2 videos done by 6:42 this morning. I tweeted it out. I woke up like at 6. Yeah. Made the Lamar video, made the Owe video. It's been a day. Morning, like, don't sleep. Hey, you know what? I love it.
That's how it is. That's the job, man, right?
Love it.
But yeah. With that being said, though, we appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to let my guy Alex go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for coming through to the Ben Powers 72nd episode. 72 episodes, man. Jesus, man. Holy
wow,
hell.
Right?
Of the Purple Rain podcast. We've been through a lot, but we're still here. We go nowhere. All right, nowhere. Just know that this right here, we'll have bigger wins this year. Believe that. And until then, as always, stay positive, test negative.
Most importantly, never, ever forget to call God. We're going to catch you guys in the next one.